Good morning. Let's talk about how to replace bad habits with good habits and how I go about these things. So today marks day 3. It's still like quite early for me here. So yeah, best day to start my day is always like with a cup of coffee. Gets me like kind of focused, waking up a bit more. Anyways, for today, as I promised you, I still feel a bit of neck pain here. I was right about it. You could say like it's what is it like? The self-created like prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecy kind of, but I knew like it was not some minor thing, like when I'm complaining it's something huge or big. Anyways, so replacing bad habits with good habits. The thing is, we all do certain things either because we are seeing like a benefit by taking the action. So for example, why would someone, let's say, sacrifice like their whole 20s, for example, like work every single day for 10 years with no stop, like non-stop, just working, not meeting many friends, not, for example, having much sex, etc. Why would someone, for example, do that? Well, because he or she, there are some famous examples, have then built like huge businesses. They were either selling and made a lot of money and then could like live as basically just 1% of the whole world population. So they took this huge sacrifice and pain because they knew like it will probably pay off in the future. Or you are just insane, but most people go into pain just because they know there is a bigger pleasure to gain later on, and that is human nature, and that's all right. I mean, I do it, you do it. If you analyze your whole behavior, everyone else is also doing it. The other reason why we are keeping like on, reinforcing our habits, like still, for example, do stuff that we know is not good for us, but we are still keep on doing it. Yes, first, it gives us some kind of pleasure. So for example, drinking alcohol might make you feel loosen up, or you just like, I like, for example, I like just this feeling of like, being a bit more relaxed, But then my problem, for example, is that I keep just on drinking because I even sometimes forget that I'm drinking. And I get like tipsy as fuck, lose my phone, do other stuff, like hurt myself, maybe even others. And this is something that I really don't want anymore. So what was important for me for this challenge here is that I said, no more, no anymore, for at least 30 days. Be conscious, and every single day the main goal is not drink. And the problem is here, and that's the main reason now for this video here, we can't just stop stuff, or I know it for myself at least. Like if I stop doing certain things and don't replace it with something, let's say, better or different, after a few more days, I come back. It's the same as if you, for example, say you want to a lot of people, for example, say, I want to quit pornography, like watching it, consuming it, etc. They know all these great reasons, like it takes like a lot of time, it wastes a lot of time, it's not real sex, you messing with your brain, so many things. But the problem is that they are not, like, for example, then having a certain plan of action. So for example, how they can approach like the girls they want, or how they are, how else they get this like sexual energy expressed. And that's why after a few more days, if they are lucky, like if they can at least last for a few days to not, watch it, then they come back because there's no, alternative. So for me, back to the topic now, what's the alternative for drinking alcohol? Well, in my case, I can only speak for myself because, as I said, like the main reason why I was drinking it was like, it makes me feel like loosening up and being more relaxed and not worry that much. For me, meditation. Sounds weird maybe if you, like say you go from this kind of party mode to the chill out monk mode, basically, like where you're completely into this Zen mode, monk mode, just like closing your eyes for so and so many minutes, like 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes even. and just trying to breathe in, breathe out, and just try to focus on your breath. And it's a challenge, it's hard. I admit, like, drinking a beer is way, way, way easier and more pleasurable, but I still try to get there. And then, of course, like, keeping yourself accountable, like, in order to break a bad habit, it's powerful. You know, you might not need to shoot like YouTube videos or like podcast episodes on SoundCloud, which I'm doing right now. You might just need some people in your life, you know, who can hold you accountable. But that is the issue, by the way. When I started like trying to get from deeply depressed in end of 2013 to, you know, turning it all around but still trying to not fake it till you make it, because that is like bullshit advice. I had to find people I could relate to. Problem then, no social skills, shyness, anxiety in public to approach others. So, you know, it's like this devil's thing, you know, like how can you, for example, become like, get the people you need in order to be accountable, for example, to improve your life, if you don't have the skills to get the people in the first place. And that's something I was like struggling years and years and years. But then suddenly it all came together. And that's, of course, like a topic for another video. I also cover all these stuff in my premium membership, where I have all my, you know, where you have access to all my courses, etc. But for today, what I said, like, I found it that it's really practical to find some kind of, you know, alternative. So even if you are, for example, in a position right now where you're struggling to make friends or to be more confident, you can find something in your life that you are not really proud of. Maybe it is like drinking, maybe it is pornography, maybe it is playing video games, maybe it is like to spend way too much time just by yourself. I did all of these things for sure, and some of them I still keep on doing. So that is something I'm working on right now. But I've also accomplished certain results, so that's why I'm also speaking to you right now. And I know for a fact that if you're taking action every single day, and even, you know, the funny thing is, once you are saying, I don't give a shit what other people are saying, because I mean, don't let it matter. You know, don't let people who don't matter. It's something that I kept on repeating to myself, and it's so hard. But once you break through this thing and then see, okay, I can replace a bad habit by, you know, finding an alternative, something that's better for me, that is, you know, getting me basically like the same pleasure that I could get, but being then also realistic and knowing, okay, to get there, it will be hard, there will be setbacks, and I need to take action, for example, to create the environment, like to have these people around me as an accountability or as a support group. And what I did, I was a bit tricking the system. I was tricking the system a bit, and that's what I'm telling you tomorrow. Because what I did, like in order, for example, for me to get the people behind me basically to accomplish stuff that I really wanted to get, and it was what I told before, like deeply depressed, and then I really wanted to live like a life where I could make friends on my own, where I could go out there and be myself and get like the people I wanted as friends to be my friends, and also work related, you know, like to go out there, get the work I wanted. And I did it, by the way, since I'm now working 2 years in sales. That's what I really wanted to do. So with that being said, I see you tomorrow. I tell you tomorrow exactly what I did back then, the kind of like shortcut. And until then, enjoy the journey and explore your essence.